Good morning. Oh. All right. Take a moment to find your way to your mat. I'm going to play with the music a little bit. I'm just taking a moment this morning as we arrive on our mats, as we arrive into this space of working with our bodies, working with our breaths, to just center in, to really root down, tap in to yourself, into your body. And as you take a moment to wiggle into that comfortable seated position, once you feel connected to the earth, go ahead and begin to grow up out of your sits bones, up through the spine, all the way up into the crown, drawing that belly button in towards the spine, activating those abdominal muscles, all the way deep into the core. And breathing here, beginning to deepen your breath, beginning to take note of your body. Where does it feel really good? Where does it feel relaxed? Where are you maybe holding on to some tension that you can release? Can you relax through the thighs? Can you relax through the shoulders? Allowing that chin to drop just a little bit towards the chest as you reach through the crown. The back of the neck is long and open. Breathing here. Expand that rib cage out with the inhale. And squeeze it back in with the exhale. Tucking that belly button in tighter, squeezing out all the air. And inhaling again. Take this in and out through the nose if that's available to you. And then beginning to come into our movement. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and allow them to open now. Bringing the hands forward. I want you to roll the shoulders back. Draw that chest, that heart in through the biceps. And then begin to walk your hands out and forward. Pressing that heart towards the floor. Keep lengthening up and out of the lower back. So we're not hunched here. We're elongating through the spine. Keep pressing that chest towards the floor. Breathe deeply into the back body. See what you can feel here. Do you feel any tension along the spine? Maybe you feel the stretch into your hip. Breathe into those areas of sensation. Maybe walk your hands a little bit more forward. On your next inhale, go ahead and begin to press back up. Keeping everything balanced today, go ahead and switch across the legs. So this is probably your awkward one, as we usually like to start with our comfortable ones. So take that awkward cross, straighten that spine, and begin to walk the hands forward again. Maybe you feel it in your other hip this time. And just taking notice. Breathing deeply. Finding the edge. See if you can find the edge of that stretch. Getting a nice deep opening. Taking note if there is any joint pain or sharp pain. This is an opportunity to back out. And just playing with yourself. On your next inhale, press and back up to seated. We're going to take a couple nice twists. Go ahead and bring your legs out long. Bouncing the knees. And drawing them back in. Your left leg is going to come across your body. Right foot can come over. Did I say that right? Right leg across the body, left leg over. If you can't get that hip back on the mat, if you're finding that you're tilting, straighten out that bottom leg. From here, go ahead and hug the bent knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twisting deeper. Maybe look out over the back shoulder. One more deep breath here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. And on your next inhale, go ahead and release. We're going to switch the cross. I think I went dyslexic on the legs there for a second. So switching the cross, going the opposite way. Straightening through the spine, go ahead and hug that top knee. Back hand comes to support. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting. And with each breath, taking these micro movements. So each inhale, you lift up a little bit more. Each exhale, you twist a little bit deeper. And these are going to be such micro movements, probably more intention than actual movements. Just a couple more breaths here. And last one, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting deeper. And inhale, release. Go ahead and release the legs. Take them wide. Heels come to the mat. Or more kind of in front of your mat. Support your body with your hands. And begin dropping the knees from side to side. Lubricating those hip joints. Beginning to wake them up. Press gently that front knee towards the mat as you open. And just a couple more. And inhale, center, draw the knees in with your hands and make your way onto your hands and knees. I'm gonna grab my glasses. can see, from the hands and knees. Go ahead and stack your knees under your hip joints, wrists under shoulders. Just some gentle cat-cows. Inhale, crown and tailbone up. Exhale, press back. Taking this at the glorious pace of your own breath. Seeing if you can get just a little bit more movement in the spine with each round. For the last few, make sure you spread those fingers wide. As you inhale up, draw the knees and palms towards one another. As you exhale back, really push into the knees and the hands. 2 more times like this, pulling in and pushing out. 1 more time. Returning to neutral spine. Tuck that belly button up and in. We're going to get some lateral movement in the spine. Hip comes towards shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale to the other side. Keep that belly button tucked as you do this. And the more you pull, the more you activate that core. Two more times each side. And after that last round, go ahead and meet back at neutral spine. Here's where it gets fun. Adding some balance, adding some more core. Go ahead and bring that left foot back. Start with just pressing out through the heel, opening through the calf and the back of the leg. Pushing back through your hands. And then coming back forward to neutral, left leg comes up. Once you've got that, maybe you draw the right arm forward. Maybe you're just playing here. Option to add on. Exhale, elbow to knee. Nice and slow and controlled as you inhale out. And exhale, elbow to knee. Option to do a few. If you lose your balance, that's okay. Just coming back up, giving it another shot. It's a lot of micro muscles here. Exhale, release. Nice work, right foot back, pressing through that heel, opening through the back of the leg. Taking everything a little bit slowly in these mornings, giving us an opportunity to really tap in to all the little nooks and crannies. Right foot comes up, left arm forward. Maybe you're playing here. Maybe you exhale, elbow to knee. Option for about 6, nice and slow and controlled. Using your breath for the flow. 1 more after this. Inhale out. Exhale, really crunch and release. Toes together, knees wide, release those hips, child's pose. On your next inhale, come forward onto the hands and knees. We're going to enjoy some vinyasa flows, just a few slow ones. We'll be stopping in the middle. Have your blocks close by. Probably use some of them for the handstanding positions. And as you're ready, tucking those toes under, pressing the hips up and back, down dog. Take the feet a little wider. Take the pinky toes to the outside edge of the mat. Swivel your heels so they're just out of view. Bend the knees deeply. Press the hips up and back. Chest drops forward towards the floor. Now roll your armpits in towards your ears. You'll feel a spreading across the back. Inhale, gaze forward. And on an exhale, you can hop or walk your feet up to your hands. Feet about hips distance apart. Bending the knees deeply, dropping that belly onto the thighs. Release the head and neck. From there, begin to press into the feet. Straightening a little bit more at the back of the legs, finding that edge. Open through the hamstrings. Micro bend in the knees, nice strong core, flat back, reverse swan dive all the way up. Arms come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Now we get into it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, place hands, stepping back, just for a breath in high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, yogi's choice, knees, chest, chin, or straight down through chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra. Then exhale, up and over the knees, down dog. On your next inhale, draw that right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bending the knee, stepping it through, low lunge. Taking a moment to get into that low lunge, shimmy that foot forward if you need. You want the knee stacked over the ankle. Maybe you have the blocks here. It just helps us get a little straighter in the spine. And then just rocking back and forth, opening through the hips. And go ahead and drop that back knee to the mat. Anjaneyasana. So you can lift up and lift the arms. Options for hands on blocks, open that chest, whichever option you choose. Heart leads forward, hips drop towards the mat. Feel that nice stretch across the front of that left hip flexor. Maybe you're feeling it in some other spaces too. Open the arms, open the elbows if you took the hands up. And exhale, releasing the hands to the blocks if you took them off. And we're going to shift our hips back for half Hanumanasana. This one I definitely love the blocks for, and I should use it for more. You might need to shimmy that heel forward to keep the hip stacked over the knee. That pinky toe is going to come back towards your nose. So a really strong flex. I am not super flexible in this pose, so some people can do the splits. That is not me. Look to see that your knee is tracking straight up, so your foot's not falling out to the side. Everything is tracking straight forward. And maybe take the blocks higher. So I'm going to go for a nice straight back here, drawing the chest forward. And then maybe you bend into the elbows, beginning to draw that heart towards the leg. Breathing here. This is probably an edge for you. It's definitely an edge for me. I don't want to make assumptions though. But if this is an edge for you and you're feeling a nice deep stretch at the back of that hamstring, breathe into it. See if you can hold it for maybe what's a little bit longer than comfortable.
I'm there.
Yeah. Take one of those stretches.
Please stop.
Ready? All right. Straightening the arms. Go ahead and draw that heel back. Bending into the front knee. Removing the blocks. Tuck those back toes under. Shift the hips up and release. Bend one knee and then the other. Walk the dog out. Release those hips. Release the back of the leg. Inhaling now the left leg up. Exhale, step through, low lunge. Maybe you grab your blocks. Pressing out through the heel, drop those hips down, rock forwards and backwards. We're gonna have happy hips after today. Dropping that back knee to the mat. Come into Anjaneyasana, Asana. Maybe you start on the blocks, opening through the heart. Maybe you bring the arms up, adding that element of balance. Maybe you open the elbows to cactus arms, heart shines forward. Exhale, releasing the hands back to the blocks. Hanumanasana on the other side. Maybe you shimmy that foot forward, hip stacks over knees. You can stay on the blocks if you like. Nice straight back. Oh, actually we are staying on the blocks the whole time. Double check that that knee is pointing straight up. Draw that pinky toe back towards the nose. Keep working on straightening the leg. Maybe you begin to draw that heart forward towards the leg. Go for the sweet spot this time. So don't push too hard into it, but get some work done. Release some tension here. Leave some of it on the mat, breathe deeply. If you thought you were breathing deeply, breathe deeper. Release on that exhale. This is one of our bigger muscle groups, so I like to spend a little bit of time here. We'll just do a few more breaths though. And this lovely pose is a prep for splits, a full expression Hanumanasana, named after the mythology of the monkey god who leapt across the ocean to save his love. If you bent the elbows, go ahead and press back up. Draw that heel back in, shift the hips back, bend into the knee. Place the hand, toes tucks under. Hips go up and back to release down dog. Again, maybe bend one knee and then the other. Just a couple breaths here. I've really just got a couple more things for you. Inhale that right leg up. Stepping back forward, low lunge. Bring those blocks in. We're gonna go for a nice strong core and coming up into crescent. So we're still on those back toes. This is a deep balancing one as well. Press out strongly through that back heel. All four corners of the front foot. Press into it, squeeze or hug the hips towards one another. Maybe you gaze up, shining that heart forward, coming into cactus arms. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, hands to the blocks. Go ahead and just swivel that back heel to the mat. And we're going to inhale up now, warrior two. Front toes point forward. You can take a shorter stance as long as that knee doesn't come over the ankle, or a wider stance for a little bit more work. Just a few breaths here. Inhale, invoking that warrior. Nice, strong arms reaching out through the fingertips. Drop those shoulders down away from the ears. Press out through the back edge of that back foot. For one more breath, drop tiny bit deeper. Inhaling, exhaling, inhale, straighten that leg. We're going to take the block here for triangle. So a lot of times I'll just put the hand on the leg. This is a really nice way to keep opening through the chest, opening through the spine. Left hips shift back. Right side body lengthens forward. So you're pulling in opposite directions. When you can't go any further, drop your hand to the block. Roll open across the chest. Inhale, left arm up. Keep shifting that left hip back, extending out through the crown. Dynamic tension here. You're pulling your body from the inside into multiple directions. How much space can you create in your body? And then as if the hand of God is coming down to grab that top hand and lift you up into standing. Go ahead and bend into that front knee. You're going to place the hands, swivel that back heel up off the mat. Stepping back, down dog. One deep inhale here. One exhale here, tongue out. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, step through. Keep those blocks handy. You're going to work on using the core to lift you up into that balance pose. Crescent pose. I know, we're working here. You're doing amazing. Inhale, open the elbows. Maybe you shine that heart up towards the sky. Just a breath or two here. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, place hands on the blocks to swivel that back heel to the mat. Switching directions so I can face the camera. From there, windmilling up, warrior two. Peek down. Make sure you can see those first two big toes. If you can't, draw that knee back. Gaze out over those front fingertips. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down away from the ears. Just a breath or two more here. You probably feel the heat building in the legs, heat building in the body. Build that fire, that life force. Inhale, straighten the leg. Beautiful work. Right hip out towards the back of the room. Left side body extends forward. Comes down onto the block, which is probably right in front of your shin, ankle area. Right arm comes up. Keep rolling open. Energetically, physically rolling open through the chest. It's as if you were being squeezed between two panes of glass. then as if someone is grabbing that top hand. Inhaling back up. Nice work. Go ahead and bend into that front knee. Swivel that back heel up off the mat. Stepping back, down dog. Big toes together, knees wide, hips back. Child's pose, Balasana. Reconnect here, recenter here. Release in those hips, release in that lower back. You just did some really good work. On your next inhale, coming back forward onto those hands and knees. We're actually going to come all the way down onto our belly just for a moment to enjoy a little Shalabhasana or locust pose. I go back and forth. Some days I work on the core. So this is core as well, but it's the back side of it. And this just really is super beneficial to our spine, helps relieve back pain. Just going to build those muscles a little bit. So your hands will come back by your sides. Your shoulders are going to lift up and back, chest lifts up, chin tucks down, crown of the head up and slightly forward. So you're gazing down in front of you. You don't want to crunch the back of the neck here. Press the tops of the thighs into the mat. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. And release. I'm going to do that one more time. No, actually 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders and chest up. Drag those fingertips towards the heels. Press the toes into the mat. Again, gazing down, don't crunch the upper neck, the cervical spine, and release. We're going to do one last one for just a couple breaths. Option to add the feet on. Last one, inhale up, heels go towards the sky, full expression, Shalabhasana. Keep drawing those fingertips towards the heels, heels up towards the heaven, and release. You can place your hands beneath your shoulders, pressing the hips up, making our way onto our back. And you can roll down one vertebra at a time, just coming onto your back gently. We just did a nice little back bend, so let's take a counter pose. Draw those knees in towards the chest, hug them in, releasing the lower back. Maybe you rock from side to side. And go ahead and release. We're going to take just a little front core today as well. So option 2, make a triangle with the hands. Thumbs come together, pointer fingers come together. You'll place that triangle at the very, very, very base of your spine. Like you're practically not up on it. Like it's below, on/below the sacrum. You'll find that happy space as we get started. We're just going to take some half leg lifts. So see, my hands are pretty much like I could still slide them out. It's just to keep that lower back on the floor. And you can keep the knees bent as much as you need to. Press those heels up towards the sky, and we're just going to drop one leg at a time. One leg down and up, targeting the low, low core, deep in the rectus abdominis. Release, keep pressing out through the heels. Just a few here. Beginning to prime the core, prime the body for some massive expansion. Keep pressing that lower back towards the floor. And both legs come up. And now just some half ones, 45-degree and back up. Exhale. Inhale, 45-degree. Back up, exhale. Just a few more, 45-degree. Exhale, back up. Two more. And last one, 45-degree. Exhale, back up. Roll the hips up, release the hands and the soles of the feet to the mat. And we're gonna end off with my favorite funny core exercise. Shoulders come off the mat, hands just a little bit off the mat. Tuck the chin gently, and you're just gonna rock from side to side. Walk the feet in if you need, but see if you can touch those heels. And these are the penguins. Just a few more penguins. 3 more each side. 2 more. 1 more. And center and release. Nice work. Left ankle crosses over right knee. Bring that right foot up. Grab behind the thigh or in front of the shin. Figure 4. Flexing the top foot, protecting that knee joint. Keep pulling the shin in towards the chest. Just gently keep that tension there. The isometric pulling, the dynamic tension within the body. And so as you gently pull that shin in towards the chest, you're also going to drop that tailbone back towards the mat. There it is. There it is. Deep in the hip socket. And release, switch sides. Left foot up. Right foot flexed. If you can't remember, flex them both. And now adding that dynamic tension, keep pulling that shin in. Now drop that tailbone back towards the mat. Few breaths here. This is a very active pose. It looks like we're lying on the floor, but we're very active. Keep pulling in with the hands, keep pressing down with the tailbone and release. Ending with a gentle spinal twist before we come into Shavasana. Go ahead and hook that left leg all the way over the right knee. Both knees drop to the right, gaze out to the left. Inhale, back up through center. Take a moment to switch the cross Once you've got that cross switch, go ahead, drop both knees over towards the left, gaze out over the right. Nice spinal twist. To end the class, finding that neutral space in the spine. Massaging some of our internal organs. Breathing and releasing any last tensions and toxins. The breath is actually one of the larger ways that we do remove toxins from our bodies. So the focus on the breath in yoga, really breathing in deeply, allowing all that stuff to come up and out for release. Anything that's not serving your body. Obviously, a lot of it serves the trees. So feed those happy trees. Release what no longer serves you. And inhale back to center. As you uncross, we're coming down into final resting position. Shoulder blades tuck under on the back, arms come out away from the body. And we're going to begin to drop down. These are our last few moments to drop in. And this is a beautiful opportunity because for this next few moments, there is nowhere you have to be. There is nothing you have to do. But just be, just receive that beautiful practice. Receive whatever comes through. This is the opportunity for meditation. I once heard it put this way: prayer is when we are asking God for something or talking to, either way. But meditation is when we are listening. So I'm going to be quiet now for a moment or two and just take this as an opportunity to listen. And beginning to bring your awareness back into the body, back into the room, and begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And as you continue to awaken, bring the soles of the feet to the mat, bending the knees. Taking a moment to roll onto your side, your beautiful fetal position. Taking just a couple more breaths here. Going back into that space of feeling fully embraced, completely safe, nurtured, held, going back into the womb. You are cared for, unconditionally loved. The temperature is perfect. Suspended, weightless, new. And from here, from this deliciously beautiful position, begin to press up, back into seated. Coming into Sukhasana. And as we close out class, I pulled out my favorite little book of the moment. It's the one, The Game of Life. And I just opened to a page real quick. And the funny part of what I'm about to share is that this is the passage that I have underlined is the exact passage that Sarah has her alarm set to every morning and has been reading to me every morning now for weeks. So here it is. And this one, okay, let me just say this one, they say make an affirmation immediately upon waking. So the first thing you do in the morning is to affirm your connection with the divine. And here's the affirmation, this example. Thy will be done this day. Today is a day of completion. I give thanks for this perfect day. Miracle shall follow miracle, and wonders shall never cease. I'll say that one more time. Thy will be done this day. Today is a day of completion. I give thanks for this perfect day. Miracle shall follow miracle, and wonder shall never cease. And that is my prayer for you this day, my prayer for myself this day, that the miraculous shall ever be unfolding before our very eyes. Thank you for joining me for class today. Namaste.
Thank you, beloved. That was wonderful.
Thank you.